Hello, Airbus Cockpit Coach here, and welcome to the channel. In this video we're going to look at how we divert en route. For this we're using the Phoenix A320. Throughout my career I have diverted the Airbus on many occasions, most of those being medical and weather related, with the odd technical diversion being required as well. So they're the main reasons we divert, and obviously those can jump up on us at any time, so we need to be prepared and know how to deal with that. Diverting the aircraft is a decision-making process that is made between the captain and the first officer. So we're currently in the cruise here. We're flying from London Luton to Edinburgh, and let's say for whatever reason the runway at Edinburgh has closed and we need to come up with some options. So what are we going to do? First of all, our airlines will have a list of preferred alternate aerodromes for every destination. So I appreciate that's something that you won't necessarily have in the sim world. In the real world we would refer to that, and a lot of those alternate aerodromes will be based around commercial decisions as well as relationships with ground handling and the availability of technical assistance on the ground. Where you divert to very much depends on why you're diverting. So if it's just a case of a weather related event causing a closure, you're likely to have more options open to you. If you're diverting for a technical reason, you want to go somewhere ideally which has the ability to help you out in terms of getting the aircraft operational again. So relationships with ground handling, the availability of hotels, all those things are considered in terms of those alternates. So we've got a lot of options available to us where we're currently flying. So up the centre of the UK, we've got Glasgow available to us as our destination alternate, but for operational reasons that may not be the preferred choice. First of all, we'd want to check out the weather at likely alternate aerodromes and those on our list, and we'd also want to liaise with our operations centre. So we'll be using ACARS at this point to decide on the best course of action. So we're just past Manchester. We're operating an EasyJet flight today. Manchester, Liverpool are good options, so we could divert there. But let's say the airlines come back and decided that for operational reasons and in terms of where they want the aircraft next and for all the commercial reasons around that, they want us to return to London Luton. So we'll check the weather out at London Luton. Obviously come down to the ATC comms page, AOC menu, weather request, and we want to put in the meter and the forecast for London Luton. So we'd put those in and we would review those weather forecast. So we got the current weather and the forecast, and we know we've got good conditions based on our current technical state. That's not an issue to us. We are diverting with a serviceable aircraft. So once we made the decision, Luton's acceptable to us, we would inform ATC. Now they may turn us at that point straight onto a vector, most likely ask us to stand by, and they'll come back to us with a vector and then subsequently a routing. So at this point we want to prepare for that. So if we just range down a little bit on the nav display, you can see we're approaching Nelsa, just about to overfly that. Now we want to modify our route, expecting a turn shortly. We're coming to the flight plan page. We don't want to do it on something that's coming up too quickly, because once you overfly it you'll end up in heading select if there's not a route after it. So I'm going to select Ergab here, click on that, and I'm going to go and enter Echo Golf Golf Whiskey for Luton into new destination. And it's asking us to confirm that, so confirm that on the right. For those of you using SimBrief, the SimBrief flight plan does give a routing to alternates, so you can build it up that way and enter waypoints following Ergab, and once you're clear to those waypoints you can delete out Wibble of Ergab and go direct to them as required. The majority of the time will be vectored and then subsequently given a routing to go direct to one of the initial approach fixes. So we can come in, we know Luton's currently landing on runway 25, so we select that. We'd probably want to ask air traffic control what approach can we expect. The list day 1 November let's say for example, is likely. And at this point, air traffic control may ask you then to go onto a heading or direct to LISTO, in which case we can clear out ERGAB and turn the aircraft. It's important, if you are coming back on yourself almost a complete 180, that you confirm with air traffic control whether that's a left turn or a right turn, and you may want to use heading select initially to get that turn going in the right direction if it's directly behind you. So we've got discontinuity ahead, and we'll go on to heading select. We could clear that out. Let's say we're cleared to go to LISTO. You can use the direct to page. Direct to inserts, make sure it's a left turn they want. Now everything from this point becomes a case of standard operating procedures. We need to build up the performance data for the airfield we're going into, putting our QNH and all of the approach phase, recalculating our landing weights and flap configuration for landing, at this point we'd also want to be speaking to our operations center, so we come over to ATC, AOC menu and go to diversion, and we'd put in Echo Golf Golf Whiskey, expecting to be on the ground at 10:11, and we'll enter some free text here, whatever it may be, reason for our diversion. That's really important. We'll get that sent off, because that gets everything arranged for the passengers and sorting the aircraft out on arrival, making sure we've got a stand, we're not sitting around. It just makes the whole experience a little smoother. That's particularly important if you're going into a destination which isn't one of your operator's main bases. Because they will have to then arrange for third parties to deal with the aircraft, turn it around, refuel, and potentially arrange hotels and onward transport. At this point I would also give the unfortunate news to the passengers, keeping them informed, and then at this point we'll be rebriefing for the arrival into London Luton, rerunning for all the weather, the approach, all the standard things we'd normally do on any other approach. So it becomes a normal flight from this point onwards, although it's likely in this scenario it would be quite hectic in terms of preparing for that, as we're not too far away from our return destination, and if we needed more time we can ask to take up a hold somewhere, and that will always be granted. Obviously landing weight is for this one will be a consideration. We're okay today. Just coming out of base and returning, that's a consideration to check as well. So that's how we divert en route. It's very much a decision making process. We'll always take our time with that and make an informed decision involving both for the flight crew, the airline and air traffic control, ensuring we are choosing that best location, thinking about the priorities of the passengers but also the commercial factors too. If you have any questions on that, please drop them into the comments box below. I'll do my best to answer those, and don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to stay up to date with the latest content. I'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching.